Greetings and gratitudes to the Spirit Guided Messages Tarot channel. This is your girl, Tarot Melanite Empress. Glad to see you all here on today. Shout out to my old school people that have supported my channel here and the new people as well. If you want a personal reading with me, all you have to do is reach out to me at melaniteempress@gmail.com. Also, I am on the first Black Psychic Hotline called Black Magic, and every Wednesday on YouTube we have a show. So definitely tap into that, and also the website if you want to book with me as well. You can find everything in the description box. But please share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like the video as well. So as you see in the title, we're going to go ahead and get into it. And at first, I'm going to be asking yes and no questions in regards to the Diddy trial, in regards to what really happened, the secrets that they haven't talked about or revealed, or the things that are hidden at this moment in time, especially when it comes to Diddy's and Casey's relationship. So everybody know Diddy and Casey, and even other cases and relationships that Diddy was involved in and everything. You've been watching the trial. I'm sure you have your opinions and, you know, your feelings in regards to that. So definitely we're going to get some clarity in regards to what is really, you know, going on here. Okay. So the first question I want to ask Spirit was the trial really real? Was this a stage trial? Were there actors? You know what I'm saying? You know, Spirit, allow us to know, was this a stage trial? Was this for the pretend? Let us know here. So we're going to use the Angels Answers cards. So was this a real, true trial, or was it a setup? So we got a couple cards came out already. So let's go ahead and pick those up. So we got don't stop here. Within the next few months. And go ahead and give me another card. Was this a setup here? Is this a real trial, or was this just staged for distraction purposes here? Yeah, we got a lot that came out. We got one that fell on the floor, so I guess I'll go ahead and take it. And then we got perfect timing. Give me a couple more here. Was this a real trial, or was this a stage trial here? And we got Ask Your Angels. And then give me one more. Gratitude, Spirit. And then we got abundance. All right, Spirit, what are the messages in regards to this trial, whether it was real or stage, and there were actors? Give us the perfect message here. So in regards to what I just said, in regards to perfect and perfect timing, I think they had waited to be able to charge, you know, Diddy when it came to this case, you know, and they, with the Ask Your Angels, they had a lot of conversations in regards to this, in regards to the perfect timing when they were going to be doing the trial or even charging Diddy. And with the don't stop, I am getting at first, you know, they were hesitant in regards to going through with it, charging him and bringing him up on the charges that we all know in regards to, you know, trafficking, etc., and so on. And with the, you know, the abundance, you know, being in here, I think that they all knew if they had started this situation in regards to arresting and charging Diddy with the allegations that they had charged them with, that they knew that this was going to be very profitable, you know. So something in regards to the next month that is going to come into light in regards to perfect timing, as well. So that is letting me know that, especially with the card, ask your angels, and within the next, few months, there's something in regards to it looking, like a stage or whatever, He was also, consulting with his spirit team, his angels, God, in regards to this situation, during this trial as well, But it does give me that this definitely, was a stage, that was presented at the right time, and they wanted to continue to go with it and through it because they knew that it was going to be profitable, that it was going to be abundant. It's almost as if since it was sort of like a stage, type of situation and trial, because next we're going to ask, why was it, staged? You know what I'm saying? Was it because of a distraction, and was it a distraction from what, right? But they knew that it was going to be profitable in a lot of different type of ways, with abundance being in here and the cards being very golden. So they thought that it would be a very not only perfect timing, but a golden opportunity to go forth and go through with, the charges and arresting Diddy on all of the allegations that they claimed that he had did. And they knew that it was going to be prosperous and abundant. So I'm going to say that, yes, not to say that I believe that what had happened with him and Casey and even, the other women that he was previous with was a lie or anything like that. But I think that was also a part of the plot and the plan to be able to have this, glorious ending in regards to everybody, profiting off of this, what we would call a stage show here with, multiple type of actors here. And with the perfect timing and the abundance, you see smiles and stuff on these cards. You see the glitter and the gold as well. So it's almost like a perfect staging, opportunity in order to, at the end of the day, for people, multiple people, not only him, to be able to prosper off of, this whole Diddy trial, Casey type of situation. Which is very very interesting, right? But I know a lot of y'all out there had, little speculations and inclinations in regards to what really happened, what is really going on, why all of a sudden at this time are they arresting him for these, charges, and is it really going to stick? Is he really going to go to trial? Is the trial really going to be 8 weeks? Is it really going to stick? And I know those are the type of questions that you've been having, even through, the whole Diddy trial that has been over 30 days. And over 30 witnesses have taken the stand, testifying against him, and, all this type of stuff. I know first and foremost, it probably was even a shock that he would even get charged, Diddy himself would even get charged for anything, right? And the fact that, all these, stories and situations that had came out, especially with Casey, that it would really would come out and she would really win her case and get over 20 million settled in her case, So I know that it was, a surprise to everybody, but we're really trying to get down to the nitty gritty, the truth, the things that they're not talking about, the things that they didn't want to reveal, the things behind the scenes that is really, going on as well. So let's see. So let's ask another question here. When it comes to this relationship with Cassie, was it a real, true love relationship, or was it, a business relationship? Was he using her for, you know, the freak offs and stuff, you know, that's what I'm going to call it now, but we're going to get deeper into that. That's why it might be a part 2. So what's, you know, really, you know, going on in regards to that? And the card have already popped up. It says, if you believe. So she believed that the relationship was real. It was true. It was genuine, even though that relationship may have been a partnership in regards to a business, you know, partnership here, because we know that Diddy, I don't think he have ever been married. He definitely didn't, you know, marry, you know, Cassie. And I don't think he married his previous, children's moms as well. So I don't know if that was like what he think to be like a smart move in regards to not marrying this woman, because he saw them as a temporary type of fix I am getting. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if you believe that she had believed that, you know, because I feel like she perhaps did really develop really strong feelings towards her. And I'm not even doubting that, you know, Diddy perhaps had, you know, feelings for her too, or for any, you know, woman that he was with. I don't, you know, doubt that. You don't, even if it was a paid I am getting partnership or whatever, you know, sooner or later you are going to develop some type of feelings, you know what I'm saying? So that is what she believed it to be. Anything else around that question, Spirit, you want to tell us? We got 2 more cards that packed up, that flipped out within the next few weeks. So there's a lot of things that's going to be happening within the few weeks, the next few months here as well. You know what I'm saying? In regards to revealing even more things that really happen and what really is going on. And in regards to, you know, is he going to get bail, and if so, how much is that going to be in the outlook of that, you know? So we're going to be getting into that as well. So there's something in regards to know. Something in regards to know. So confirm the no here. And then we're going to get into what's going to be happening within the next few weeks and the next few months before we go forward in regards to what else that we need to go here. So we got a yes and we got a no, perhaps in regards to the questions that I already asked. But so yes and a no. So clarify the no here. We might have to clarify no with another card, but let's see. Clarify the no here. And it came to my chest. It stuck to my chest. Listen to your intuition. You know, something in regards to that. Something that was close to his heart. And something in regards to him listening to his intuition. If it wasn't Cassie here. So give me, what else? Let's listen to your intuition. Because I'm getting, perhaps he knew that not only in regards to everything being planned and staged or whatever, but he knew in his heart that, you know, all of this, you know, would be over with, you know what I'm saying, with the yes being here as well. But give me some more in regards to listening to your intuition. What's that all about? So you definitely, you know, getting more information for himself in regards to this situation. But definitely, you know, he is ready to move forward for sure. And there's another yes. So something that may happen that may not even happen, you know, tomorrow or sooner, but something that's going to be happening within the next week and a few months is going to be something that he is ready to hear, that it's going to be, you know, good news. They already got good news in regards to a lot of the charges that was dropped, right? I think out of the 5, I think most of them was dropped. I think he was only charged with one thing, but at this moment in time, his lawyers are trying to negotiate whether or not he could bail, and if bail, how much is that going to be? Is it going to be $1 million? Is it going to be more? So that is what's going on in regards to that. So let's get some more cards, and we're going to ask some more questions. All right. So I'm drawn towards the Moonology cards here. All right, so what's going to be the next questions? And any questions that you all may have or any comments, please do put it in the comments box below, because that's also going to help me in regards to a part 2 of this situation. All right, so okay, so what else do you, Spirit? Let's just be guided by you. What do we need to know about Diddy in this case and how it's going to play out? So, because it might play out for the next few weeks to the few months and stuff, but we're gonna get a little bit more detail in regards to that. So it says nothing is set in stone yet. Nothing is set in stone. We got communication is key. We got the energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, so as we see that he's still in court, nothing is yet set in stone. You know what I'm saying? There's some questions that have been laid out to the judge in regards to Diddy, you know what I'm saying, moving forward in regards to getting a bail, perhaps like $1 million or whatever. And or if the judge is going to allow that, because I know that they are going to want the government to be able to, say their side into it. And that's why communication is key, because all of them are very communicating, a lot and taking out, time, you know what I'm saying, to think this all through. And that's more than one, right? Everybody, and, in regards to the judge, the lawyers, in regards to Diddy, there's a lot of thought processes, obviously, right? Because this definitely is serious, right? But the juror definitely, kind of saved him, right? And we're going to ask some questions in regards to, because we already see that this is a stage. This is a very abundant, prosperous type of stage, type of situation and stuff in some type of way, shape, or form. And if we don't dive in it in part 1, we definitely going to dive in it in part 2, because there's a lot of aspects in regards to, the Diddy trial and Casey, and a lot of things going in to this, because we see, obviously, he is guilty, right? We even thought that he was guilty for everything that he was charged with. But I guess that, with all the 30 or plus witnesses, I guess it wasn't convincing to the jury, supposedly, perhaps. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to get in regards to was everybody paid, and that's why the abundance is being in here. So that definitely, with a stage type of situation, and definitely people are going to get paid because people are working, right, and enroll as actors, as I said before, but there's nothing in set in stone as of yet, and things are going to perhaps be paused, or maybe at this moment in time things are playing out in regards to the bail being set and for how much money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I haven't looked at anything today, so this may have happened, but no matter what, there's a lot of thought processes and a lot of communication had to go through, and the energy is gaining momentum. Everybody is very anxious. I know himself and his family and us as viewers, and the victims, as well, per se, you know what I'm saying, is very anxious in regards to exactly what's going to happen. And if he does get bail for whatever, how is that going to look, him being back out? You know what I'm saying? Because they had also said something in regards to he had threatened some type of jurors as well, or witnesses and stuff like that. We could also get in the specifics in regards to that. But this is, what is going on currently, but nothing is yet set in stone in particular in regards to, when will he, set bail, for how much, and, what is that going to look like for him and his family and his fans or people in the world in general, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to the reason why they set this up. So it's very interesting, some cards that just pop out by themselves, whatever we got. Step out of your comfort zone. And then we got show the world the real you. You know what I'm saying? So step out of your comfort zone. This definitely was a situation that he wasn't comfortable with going into and through, right? Of course, who would be comfortable? Who would feel good, about this? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure nobody did, and he didn't, his family didn't, his fans didn't, or whatever. But us as viewers, really paying attention to not only Diddy, but also the industry and other people in the industry, and people coming out not only about him and the abuse and, other things that they allege him doing, especially when it came to the Cassie, case. This is something that he was still uncomfortable with, even though they had, communicated a lot in regards to the process that he were going through and the processes and all that kind of stuff. But really, I think one of the reasons why the overall scheme of it is to really show the world who he really was, who he really is. People really need to know not only exactly what the industry is, that is just a cover up for this type of behavior with a lot of criminals and big empires such as, Diddy as well, but also to be able to show the world him and who he is and how he treats other people, especially when it comes to women, his exactly, the things that he do and he indulge in as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I kind of feel like he shouldn't be the only person on trial here, because he has an empire of multiple type of people with different celebrities and people that he have hired to be able to do the things that he does. You know what I'm saying? Even though the juror had dropped all these charges, we know exactly now, for hopefully, that whatever he was charged with, that's exactly what he was guilty on, and he definitely needed to, you know what I'm saying, do time for that. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, if he does get bail for how much amount, there's still a lot of processes that needs to be done with this case, because something in regards to the next few weeks and the next few months that will be happening to him in regards to this, because he still got one count that he is guilty on. But definitely people need to see exactly, who he is here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't want to make this too long, but let's go ahead and move forward here. They want me to use, continue to use the Moonology card here. And let's see exactly what other things that Spirit wants to reveal here at this moment in time. Something in regards to Gemini and Aquarius energy, or he may have that in his chart, or something in regards to those energies here. But Spirit, what else did you want to reveal in regards to Diddy and the Diddy trial? What else do you want to reveal here? We got something, a card that flipped all the way across the room. Another card that stuck on my thigh. And we're going to get a couple more, they said. A couple more here, Spirit. Okay, gratitude. Give me a second while I pick these cards up. And then I have to get the one that flew way across over here. So another thing that brought me to this card from flying all the way across the room is because they were talking about how they one of the arguments in regards to, releasing him on bail, the lawyers was like, well, we confiscated his passport already so that he won't be able to go anywhere. We got his helicopter in a different type of place so he won't be able to fly. And that's one of the things, you know what I'm saying, that it says a fiery climax approaches. That's in Aries, and that's one of the things that they are worried about. And the judge was like, you know what I'm saying, how do you know? Or people are saying, how do you know that would be the case? You know what I'm saying? So that is indicating that perhaps, you know what I'm saying, he will, take flight and, go somewhere else as well. It says, don't let your past, hold you back. So that tells me he definitely, once this is over, he's going to put it to the past and arrest. And, it's going to seem as though perhaps that it never, happened. It's going to be business as usual, perhaps. I don't know. We could definitely get more into that as well in the coming parts of this Diddy trial and the Casey situation. Nothing will come out of this situation. Wow, nothing will come out of this situation. I think that confirms in regards to what I just said, in regards to this, what had happened or whatever. He was charged with this, was already charged. He was only charged for one, and he's going to get bailed, and, nothing else is going to happen. Nothing other charges is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he have just walked away. Just about, right? I know that a lot of you all are having mixed type of feelings in regards to that. The fans probably even more happier, or then the other people, are in, confusion in regards to, okay, how a person get charged for all of this, knowing that he could be guilty or really thinking that he is guilty, and then just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Is as nothing, came out of this situation or whatever. But don't let your past hold you back. It's like, definitely he's not going to allow this situation to hold him back. And I'm getting in, definitely in the KC situation, and probably perhaps other type of situation that he was in with other people. They're not going to let the past hold them back, and he's not going to let the past hold him back, because with abundance being in here in the beginning, prosperity lies ahead. So it's going to be as if business as usual, him continuing, having the abundance, having the revenue coming in and stuff, and continuing to work. With the fiery climax approaches with full moon in Aries, a lot of people are not going to be happy about that at all. Then we got Taurus here, energy here as well. He's going to continue to work and continue to grind with the Taurus energy, being here as well. And that's some of the outcomes that is going to happen within the next few weeks and a few months. So let's get some last messages and tap in. What's going to happen in the next few months, few weeks? What's going to happen in the next, few months here, let's see. And then we'll end out the part one, and then, with more information or the questions you all may have asked, or if I may, ask more questions, because there's a lot into this, Can't just do a 30-minute reading and just get everything revealed, right? Because it's definitely really super deep. But what else you wanted to say about the situation, Spirit? We got 1, 2, we got 3. 1, 2, 3. We get a couple more here. We got 4 more, so we can just go ahead and take it for the last messages. All right, so we got 7 cards here. So we got the Chariot card, the Governess of Wands. We got the Tower card being here. We got the Doors to Success. We got the Two of Swords, and we got her Hierophant being in here, and health as well. So these are some of the last messages the Spirit want to bring light to. But with the Chariot card, being in here, it says something in regards to his journey and scattered thoughts and stuff, and having self-doubt, in the past. And just overcoming this obstacle and just moving forward and stuff. And what we were talking about in the beginning in regards to asking, was this a real trial? Was this a staged trial? And we found out that, yes, a lot of things were staged and stuff. And with the money being here, people were paid off, people were actors and stuff like that, but for some reason they had, done this or whatever for some type of reason. I think I am getting so that, show the world the real you, that even though people are seeing who he is, but he also is showing the world a different thing too. He's showing the world something too in regards to maybe his power, maybe his influence, as well with the governors of wands here. You know what I'm saying, as well. But something in regards to the tower being in here, there's going to be some drastic changes that's going to be happening, with him, not only the case, but with him in general, perhaps involving his family as well, that he is definitely looking forward to, being free, being this social, butterfly and everything, and just continuing, like I said before, pursuing his, passions in regards to, his business as well, and looking forward with the doors to success are always open as time you walking through them. He's definitely going to move, forward, perhaps with the Tower card being here with more positive type of changes, positive enforcement and stuff. So maybe, in order to change people's thoughts about him because of the trial and what he was found guilty of, he's going to work towards trying to change that, even though with the Two of Swords, he's still, at a crossroads and stuff. And there's still some truth that need to be revealed that is, hidden here. Maybe he felt like still, he don't know where he's going to go, what he's going to do or whatever, even though I think that, everything was for the most part planned out here, but he's going to continue to, have success in building, his business as well. But with the Tower card being here as well, with the fire and people falling from the fire and stuff like that, he's definitely had in mind, because I felt like, during the trial, or just in general that, if he had to fall or go through this, definitely, he has the ability, to allow other people to fall. So maybe he's going to be revealing some things in regards to other people that he might be at the crossroads at this moment in time, because you guys heard in regards to the tapes. And maybe I am speculating in regards to maybe that what has started this in the first place, because just imagine he's been getting away with everything he's doing in regards to trafficking and prostitution, racketeering, and all this kind of stuff for decades upon decades and stuff. And why all of a sudden do they want to charge him when, of course, they already know exactly what he is into and exactly what he is doing, because he has a big empire, as you can see, and definitely he has a lot of people in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Police officers, the law enforcement, the judges, a lot of people that work beside him, even the people in the industry as well. You know what I'm saying? If you have really followed along and really looked very deeply into this, you would be able to see that as well. And then we got the Hierophant, that shows that, he is in this high authority type of position in regards to who he is, obviously. But, he's a person that doesn't conform. He's almost like a person that rebels against certain things because he feels like he doesn't have to conform to anybody, because he's his own boss. He's his own person. He's this powerful person, this powerful influencer, so. But at the same time, he's definitely going to find a new method when it comes to the things that he's been doing. Is he going to stop the things that he's going to do? And I don't really feel like he is really, but he's definitely going to put on a campaign in regards to trying to allow other people, like, look, I wasn't, charged for this, therefore, you shouldn't look at me in this type of way or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm this good person, you know what I'm saying? Offering people opportunities and employment and things as such. But this definitely, with the health card being in here, definitely took a toll on his health, his family, health, whether it was mentally, emotionally, of course. You just can't be in the limelight and be the head of the news for the past month and everything, and your family going through this as well, and not taking a toll, whether it was planned or not. You know what I'm saying? Because this definitely does something to a person, and specifically also his family as well. So I don't know if, you know, he had an addiction to drugs. Perhaps he did, because this is some of the things that he brought into his freak offs, which I think that it was really rituals that he was doing. And in part two, we're going to go into even more details. So definitely, you know, stay tuned to part two, because we're going to go into more specific type of things in regards to what we have talked about today. Because like I said, it goes deeper and deeper down into the rabbit hole here. And so perhaps he was addicted to drugs, and he was really, if you're addicted to drugs, you know, he was really wanting, you know, his drugs as well in regards to, you know, pills and stuff. But maybe, you know, he is trying to heal in regards to his addictions, his drug addictions as well. But it does show that he was heavily into narcotics and in drugs, as we already can see, and with the evidences, especially with when they had raided his home and stuff and found, you know, hundreds and thousands of baby oil as well, that was testified in regards to it being endowed with drugs, or some suspicion in regards to that or whatever. But definitely, I think this gave him a time to also rest and to also reflect, even though at this moment in time, he still may be at a crossroads with a lot of different type of thing, you know, and he may feel like he's in the middle as well of it all, whatever. But at the same time, he's in a denial, you know what I'm saying, of what, you know, I don't know. He may be in denial, but maybe other people may be in denial, or maybe other people, such as yourself, may be in denial in regards to this case and what he was charged with, and that he could actually, you know, get off of those charges, whatever. But for me personally, you know, it was, you know, they're very different for you know, for a person in the industry to get charged for these charges and have a trial this long or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not surprised that he would even get off free. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised in regards to that, because this is what had happened. This is what happens, especially with a man that is super powerful and very influential and have, you know, everybody in his pocket and stuff and paying everybody and stuff, you know, is definitely not a surprise for me. But I'm going to end it off at this moment in time so that I can go ahead and upload it. But definitely, if you resonated with it, you like it, put your comments in the comments box. If you have any questions for part two, definitely put that in the comments box as well. But of course, if you want to book a private reading with me, you can reach out to me at melaniteempress@gmail.com. And if you subscribe, you could be put in the drawing to win a free mini reading from me, okay? So make sure you subscribe and share out the video to your family, friends, and social media as well. Until next time, love and light.